Previously on Project 100K.
I'm Emma Ranke, and I'm going to be a new sales agent, and in my second month, I'm looking to hit 100K.
Last week, Emma learned about one of our most important sales metrics.
It's just a numbers game. If you don't have the new combos, you're not going to get there.
This week definitely gave me the confidence that I needed to hit this number because last week I was a little nervous, I'm not going to lie, but I do think I can do it.
But this week, bigger challenges are in store.
Emma's currently at a 26% close rate. Does that make you nervous?
Emma's at 26% close rate. Yeah, that makes me nervous. If Emma wants to have a shot at writing $100,000 in premium, 26% close rate, not gonna cut it. You need to be at least 38% close rates.
I don't know how to get it to that point. That's what is slightly not scaring me, but concerning me. Is put a little sparks in my head, of course. Getting to that close rate mark is something I just need to figure out, and I don't know how to do that. So I'll get back to you on if I figure that out.
If you don't have a high close rate, you're not really doing the job.
What was your close rate on your 100K month?
My close rate was 38%.
My close rate was 41%.
50%.
Oh, I had 52%.
44%.
And what's your close rate?
26%.
What we do in our agency is we look at how many of the new conversations that you're having with prospects are you closing. Throughout the month, if you have 100 conversations, you should at the very least close 25 of them. That would give you a close rate of 25%. And that is our minimum expectation in our agency, is to have a 25% close rate.
I have high expectations, so for me, 25% close rate in 60K in premium isn't sufficient enough for my standards. But it's doable. If you just stick to the script, I think you can close at least 25%.
When it comes to having a high close rate, there are three things you ought to think about. The first one is you have to follow our script. The second thing is if you use the script but you're not able to close the sale, you have to follow up with your leads for at least 5 days via call, text, and email. That's the second ingredient. And the third ingredient is being organized with your leads. You have to leave detailed notes, and you have to put the lead in the proper place in your CRM lead management system to remind you to call that lead the next day. If Emma's goal is to write 100,000 in P&C Premium, at the very least, she should go for a 38% close rate. And the reason for that is the lowest close rate that we've ever had on any one of our producers in a month where they wrote 100,000 in premium was a 38% close rate.
Keeping close rate high is good, of course. This past week, it went down to about, I think, 26%, which is a little nerve-wracking, of course.
We have a script in our agency called the 6-step script to a 1-call close. And it's written in a way where if you call a prospect and you use the script, you're going to close a lot of new business.
So this is the 1-call close workbook. I use it on every call here. I actually have it memorized. Highly recommend doing that if you want to get ahead there.
Memorized? Can we quiz you on that?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, give me the hook.
Hey, is this Mackay?
Yeah.
Hey Mackay, this is Emma calling from Farmers Insurance. How you doing?
Okay. Give me the spousal objection.
Yeah, I totally understand. That's great that you guys do that there. Is this something that you guys typically make together or something that your spouse takes care of?
Okay. How about give me asking for the sale?
Okay, that makes total sense there. I have everything I need to go on my end here. Are you looking to use a Visa or a MasterCard?
Okay, 3 for 3, let's go.
Close rate has to do with following the script, but more importantly, objection handling and getting creative. And that's not something that can be taught necessarily overnight. That takes practice. And there have been several times while I've been at the agency where I've noticed that, I'm not really handling this objection well. And my go-to is to just go back to the script. I'll still take the script out and read it verbatim and get back to the foundation, because I know that's what led me to success in the first place.
Can we quiz you on the script?
No.
When you follow the script, you're going to close a lot of people in the first call, but not all buyers will buy from you in the first call. That is why following up with quoted leads is the second key ingredient when it comes to having a high close rate. If you want to have a high close rates, you have to follow up with your quoted leads.
So I just completed my follow-ups, all 23 of them. I called, texted, and emailed them in our CRM. Got some good stuff cooking, so feeling good about it.
Does anyone know why
Vlad asks the sales team to follow up with the leads at least 5 days. It's not a random number, it's based on some just universal sales statistics. So almost 75% of salespeople quit following up after just 1 or 2 attempts. 80% of all sales are made after the 5th attempt, from 5 to 12. Most salespeople, including our competition, quit before most of the sales happen. That's why follow-up is so important.
In our agency, we have an expectation to follow up with our leads after 5 days via call, text, and email.
With the follow-ups, people give up too quick. A lot of times people will only reach out to their follow-ups 2, 3, maybe 4 times. Me, on the contrary, I don't go shorter than 10 times. I'll reach out to my follow-ups 10 times before I say, okay, this person is no longer interested.
And this third step is what a lot of people get wrong. Sales producers a lot of times rely on their raw ability to persuade and sell over the phone, and they get messy and disorganized with the details.
Well, yeah, I mean, absolutely. Statusing the leads is just the process. I mean, if you don't have that down, that is step 1.
So here's the life cycle of my leads. Once I quote a lead, I move them from the new stage to quoted over the phone. Duh. Then they stay there for me to follow up with until I sell them or they unfortunately pass.
So as a team lead, the best way that I improve close rate is by inspecting what you expect. We got to make sure that those hot leads stay exactly where they should be, and that's in our pipeline and followed up with each and every day until it's time to either sell them or smart cycle them appropriately. If there's a call going on that doesn't sound the way that it should, I can jump in immediately and make changes on the spot, and afterwards review what went well and what could have gone better.
Hey, come on in. I just went over one of the calls that you had with Jillian. Wanted to go over a few tips, tricks that I had for you. What we can do is listen to the call together. If you want to take some notes, that'd be awesome.
When it comes to listening to call recordings, what we like to do is we listen from the moment that the producer started presenting the price up until the end of the call. And what we look for is how do they present the price? How do they ask for the sale? And whether or not they follow the closing objections workflow. Once the producer masters that part, then what we do is we start looking at the part earlier in the call. How are they building value? How are they multi-lining policies? That's how we listen to call recordings.
Let's pause here. Now, what are some takeaways that you have regarding what you just heard?
No one likes listening to their call recordings, but it's just a fundamental that needs to be done to improve. And considering my close rate is only 26%, that's definitely something that I need to make sure that I'm doing there. And if I keep on that path, I'm only gonna hit 75K a month, which isn't the goal, of course. So for me to hit my goal, I need to make sure that I'm just sticking to the fundamentals there and doing what's necessary to get there. Does that make me nervous? Very much so, yeah.